Hey everyone, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And welcome back to another color class. And today's color class, we are talking your best blush shade. And we're talking placement as well, because that is key when it comes to blush. And we're talking texture, which is another key component. There's so many different types of blushes now. Cream, gel, powder. Oh my goodness.
And you know what? I know that I was in a blush rut. I'm so proud of myself for being able to say that.
I think we all went through that phase. Like when contour hit, blush was out the window.
But also powder blush. Never stepping outside myself and looking at all of these amazing formulas and textures. I mean, it's just incredible. But first, I'd like to show you one of our famous charts.
Ooh, actually, before we show you our famous chart, we're going to bribe you. Hit the subscribe button. And then we'll show you our chart.
Oh, Sarah, that's good. Actually, we have a challenge. We're challenging ourselves. We want to hit 5,000 subscribers by our 2nd-month anniversary. Right now, we're at our 1-month anniversary. So we're giving ourselves a month. We're giving you guys a month to help us get to 5,000.
Under a month. We already hit our 1 month like a week ago. So we have less time. I know. We got to get on this.
So that means that you have to invite your friends. Now, here's your chart. And what we've done here is we're showing blush by skin tone. We're throwing seasons out the window for now. Why are we doing that, you ask? Because we want your blush to look like you've just run a mile.
No, we do not want your blush to look like you just ran a mile. No, absolutely not. You will, no, I look ridiculous after I've just run a mile.
Okay, pinch your cheeks. We want your blush to look like you, like your skin.
Nice, beautiful, glowing, radiant. Not us huffing and puffing with bright red. No.
Sweating.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've got
that. A nice, like, sun-kissed look.
I've got that picture. Anyway, so what I've done here is I've taken warm skin tones on the left and cool skin tones on the right. And for those of you who are neutral, just pick one, whatever you like. Because we're not so precise here that you're choosing a foundation that absolutely dead on has to match your skin tone. We're giving you a guideline.
Well, being a neutral person that I am, I would probably lean more towards warm because I have my warm, vibrant hair. So I would, toss myself more into the warm bucket.
And because I have cool hair, I would probably choose the cool side. In fact, I do choose the cool side.
And I do choose the warm side.
So one day when we've got our 5,000 subscribers, we will bring in our makeup bags and we will show you the contents of our makeup bags.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Okay. Now, what I've done here is there's a row here for skin tone. You'll see that it wraps around. Think of that particular channel as your skin tone, where you'd pick your skin tone.
So I just want to make sure everyone's following. The inner ring is contour. The second ring moving outwards is skin tone. And then we have 3 rings of blush options. Okay.
So, but the skin tone is the second ring in, just like Sarah said. I don't know what I would do without you.
I just like to be very precise to make sure everyone's following.
And I like to be all over the place because I can't help it.
That's why we're a team.
Let's talk about choosing contour. Because I know we didn't, make a big deal out of that. But I think it's important because I believe people are contouring too warm.
Oh, yes.
And you know what? You think, I'll get this contour and it's really warm and it's, it'll look great. No, it won't. Here's why. For those of you who like art history and art and painting, what happens when you're doing a painting and you want to create a shadow in that painting? You do that with a cooler color. Cooler is shadow. Now, when we say contour is nothing but a vague, faint shadow. So what needs to happen? You need to cool down your skin tone just a hint, in order to have the contour look not strange.
And you're talking exclusively for cool skin, cool contour, and then for warm skin, warm contour.
Yes, but you have to be careful. What I've done here is I've given you, in terms of your contour shade, whether you're warm or cool, a cooler version of your skin tone 2 steps down. And so what you'll see there is, if you're in the fairest of the fair category, you'll see that your contour is cooler than your skin tone and 2 steps down. And the same is true if you're in the deepest category. Cooler than your skin tone, 2 steps down. And that's if you want to know the difference between having a makeup artist look, having your face look like it's done by a makeup artist, or, having it look like it experimented with something and it didn't exactly go right. Nuance. These nuances are so critical. In fact, a little bit later, we'll talk to you about blush application and the nuances of blush application. Speaking of blush, what I did was I gave you 3 options. Why did I give you 3 options?
Light, medium, and deep?
Yes, and formula. Because if you choose a powder formula, you may want to go with the light, because the powder formula sits on your cheeks and doesn't let a lot of your own cheek through. If you're using one of those new gel formulas, you may want to choose something in that deeper category. And the same is true of a stain, even deeper, because the more transparent you get, the deeper you can afford to choose and apply.
And this is showing the color that it's going to show up on the skin.
Yes.
Not the packaging. I know packaging is like these very vibrant, intense colors to really grab your attention. But once you actually melt it into your skin and make it look like the blush you actually want, then it reveals itself around these tones.
And blush assortment for different makeup brands can be somewhat narrow. So what I've done here is to try to be directionally correct in terms of your skin tone. Because sometimes, we worked for a cosmetic company and color analysis company for 30 years here, 10 years here. And we saw a lot of different people making a lot of different choices. And our advice to you is to make sure that whatever blush you choose, it looks like your skin plus tint. The only thing we have left to talk about at this point is application.
Well, that's like critical.
And you are so good at it. So why don't you tell us how you manage to look so amazing with your blush every day?
Well, I think there's 2 main types of blush application. You can either go for a more rounded face, which welcome to the rounded face community for all you girlies out there that are round face, or you can go for a more snatched, contoured. You were saying like Vogue look. Yes, all this. So there's 2 different types you can go for. If you want to look more youthful, younger, remember, young faces associate round faces because when we're younger, we have more like rounder. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
Just say it.
I think I can say it because obviously, I'm all cheeks here. So if you want to go for a younger, more youthful look, then apples of the cheeks and work it a little bit backwards. But if you are going for like the high contoured look, then you're going to go right under the eyebrow bone and bring it around. So it's kind of creating this uplift effect. So snatched versus apples of the cheek, which will give you a rounder face.
And I have to tell you, when Sara taught me the up around your, up as high as your eyebrow trick, I laughed. Right. And I was like, that will look ridiculous, Sara. I want you to try it. I tried it. It looked good. It actually looked really good. So if you're trying to, accentuate your bone structure or make you look like you got bone structure, which is true in my case, that's a great tip and you should try it. The only other thing I would add is If you're applying your blush to look like you've been out in the sun, which some people do, they apply their...
Summertime.
Yeah, exactly. They apply their blush to look like they're flushed, like they've just run a mile. Don't forget your nose. If you're out in the sun and you're trying to duplicate that look of being in the sun, what's the sun going to hit first? Your nose.
Yep.
So just bring that blush right across your nose if you're looking for that outdoorsy kind of flushed look. It's a good tip.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, we wanted to talk about texture of blushes because there are a lot out there now. You have creams, you have liquids and like pump bottles, you have stains, you have powders,
gels.
You have gels, sticks. I mean, there's so many different formulas and you can choose whatever makes you happy. Our recommendation is going to be depending on what kind of look you're going for. So if you want like a dewier, youthful look, then go with a dewier formula. So you're going to look at creams, cream or gel based formulas.
And that gel based, I just got one. Sarah turned me on to it. And it's easy to apply and it works like a charm. And it's transparent enough that your own skin just shines through. But I mean, if you're looking at it in the stick, it looks pretty neon colored. But on your face, it looks beautiful.
And then powder blushes. If you are looking for a matte finish, then powder is going to be a really great friend of yours. I'm not a huge fan of powder finishes just because I like the dewier look. But if you like the matte finish, that's totally up to you and go for it.
And speaking of dewier look, Sarah turned me on to a serum that I put on top of my makeup, including on top of my blush.
So I was doing a bunch of research on K-beauty skincare items, and a lot of people were recommending this product. So I grabbed it off Amazon, and it is amazing. I can't think of the name. It comes in a glass bottle. It has a dropper. I will link it down below. It has like a little dropper, and it's a giant bottle of serum. And I put it on top of my foundation. I don't know if it works with all foundation, but it does work on top of like the Halo Glow, the e.l.f. Halo Glow. It works on top of the Superstay. That's another foundation I use.
MAC Studio Fix works on top of
MAC. Does it? Is that what you use? And I also use like the Morphe Skin Tint. It works beautifully on top of that. And it just gives like this dewy look, this instant youthful glow to your skin.
But not greasy.
No, not at all.
It doesn't give a greasy look. It gives like a fresh,
like luminescence
hydrated look. It's unbelievable. So highly recommend that.
Yeah, I will leave it in the links down below. And I'll put all the foundations that we use that we know it pairs well with if you're looking for that. If you would like the blush graphic that we showed earlier, don't forget to come on over to our Facebook page, which is Color Class Inc. And we have a lot of our previous video uploads there as well. You can grab that chart and anything else you have found that you want and just take it along with you while you're shopping for your blushes. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And we'll see you in our next Color Class video.